Both match each other incredibly well with their athletic abilities, but this is going to be quite the spectacle, trust me.
Referee Joel Allen is having final words here with both competitors before we get underway.
Look at this. These two know each other very well, and they understand what's at stake here. Remember, all the personal animosities aside, whomever comes out of these qualifiers at the end of the night, they return back to Mexico and they get a hero's welcome. But those that fail, they have to go back to those locker rooms as well. A lot of pride on the line representing Mexico and representing Lucha Libre.
Well, the point needs to be made that this match right here, Penta versus Rey Fenix, would sell out any arena in Mexico many times over, and the fact that this is an opening matchup in the Mexican portion of the WCPW World Cup is quite frankly incredible.
Yeah, it says that one of them will go on and one of them will not. That's huge. Collar and elbow tie-up, push off there. The two trying to feel each other.
No, hang on. What is this from Penta? He's removed one of his gloves and handed it to the referee. Penta telling Fenix he has
nice.
Zero miedo, no fear.
That's right. Nice trap on the arm. And of course, if you watched any of Penta's matches, you know he likes to break his opponent's arms. Nice unique submission there. I don't know if he's going to get the concession so early on, Rey Fenix. Needs to be able to lock both of his hands. You see the leg strength of Penta, and now the arm strength is able to turn this hold around as Penta keeps control of the appendages, reassembles them, and now what do we have here? Look at that.
Headstand between the shoulder blades
right.
of Fenix.
Nice roll up. Shoulders are down. Referee a little out of position there.
And back into that side headlock. And yeah, Penta had his shoulders down temporarily there.
Referee definitely made up for it there with those counts. And now back in the right position. Leg sweep and trip. Trying to turn his opponent over here.
And now Fenix going to try for the submission a second time.
Look at that. If you remember greats like Great Muda and Eddie Guerrero, this move is certainly familiar to you. Wade, what's Penta going through right now? Where's the pain?
I have no idea. Quite frankly, I've never seen a hold like that in my life, and that speaks volumes for the unique style that we see of these lucha athletes.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening as we come to you from the Coventry Sky Dome. If you want to get involved with what's going on, maybe tell us who you think is going to emerge from this bracket of the Mexican qualifiers. The hashtag for social media is Pro Wrestling World Cup. Please do join the conversation.
It looks like early on both fighters, a little bit of a Hasa pain there, are working on the legs of their opponent. And that's smart because with the Lucha Libre style, it's a lot of springboard. Ooh, I'm not going to translate puto, but those of you that want to look it up, go right ahead. And this mule kick doubles up Fenix. And now this is what you'll get from Penta. A lot of hard kick strikes. Fenix had it countered.
And that's where Fenix is most dangerous. Surprising with that pin attempt. Penta, though, doing something very similar. Ow. Leg drop attempt, no one home. It's a moonsault from Fenix. Go for the cover, but Penta very quickly out. The pace is quickening here.
Nice leg sweeps there. Oh, and no, I'll notice something here, and I'm sure, Stu, you'll notice it as well. Penta was up long before Fenix was, and that tells me that Penta's on top of his game.
100%. He knows he has his hands full with Rey Fenix tonight, and of course, this match could go either way. They know each other incredibly well. They've scouted each other's performances, met in the ring many times, and they're going to have to be on top form to get through to the semi-finals.
So that there's an important point here as well. This is not the only match for one of these two men.
Hang on a second now. Here we go. Lucha Libre on display. This is the Pro Wrestling World Cup.
What a move from Rey Fenix.
And the point you just made, Dave, that they may well have, the winner of this match will have another matchup tonight, of course. And moves like that are incredibly dangerous. It takes something out of yourself as well as your opponent. That high-risk offense could end up costing you later on in this tournament.
That's a great point, of course, with tournament wrestling, and we've talked about it before, Dave, you and I. That lactic acid builds up. After each and every match, you go back to the locker room, you cool down. Then you have to warm up and go back out and wrestle again. It's not that easy.
So let me ask you then, guys, how does that change the strategy here? If you're approaching the first round of a tournament match, do you approach it any differently to another match, or do you just leave it all out there?
It can be very difficult to change your approach, because changing your approach takes away from what you do well. But quite simply, you want to end this first round matchup as quickly as you can, take a minimum amount of offense as possible. And there we go, a super kick right to the jaw of Rey Fenix.
Penta will go to the ropes. Fenix goes for the clothesline, no one there. Nice, goes behind.
Sling blade clothesline here. That is a signature staple in the offense of Penta. Penta a little slow for the cover there.
There you go. Penta furious. He knows he could have ended that match up there and gone back to the locker room, cooled down before a big semi-final match. Instead, this match continues.
Yeah, you better leave the referee alone, or there'll be no suplex sweatshirt in his bag when he leaves.
Winner of this match will face the winner of the Drago versus El Ligero contest, which is coming up immediately after this one.
Well, the brackets have been made, and now you can see the distance between the two. That is a big thing in Lucha Libre. The more space between the fighters, the more they can build up momentum and build up speed.
Penta taking some time to address the crowd there.
Hang on, Dave.
That's me. This is a large building, and that echoed all around it.
The most simple move in professional wrestling, but perhaps my least favorite to be the recipient of. Believe me, I've been on the receiving end of a few bear paws from people like Big Show, and that was as loud as any of them.
It's out. Nice.
Oh, beautiful maneuver.
Goes for the cover. Cocky cover by Penta, though.
Which you see just kicking out before 3 there, and he seems to be on his last legs at this point, and Penta is getting closer and closer to the big ending for this match.
No expedited shipping out of Joel Allen right there as Penta tries to control the head, takes a minute, takes his eyes off his opponent. Now these two begin to trade forearm blows.
That one from Fenix seemed to rattle Penta.
Now they're getting more into my territory. Just smack each other as hard as you can.
These two really are going for it. Penta is taking control here, or at least he was. Phoenix will.
There you go.
For my money, Penta has the strike advantage, but Phoenix has the moveset advantage, as evident right there. The cutter floats over, hooks the leg. 2, not enough.
Wow. And as much as lucha is an art form and it's about displaying your aerial abilities, this one is broken down into a pure fight, and it's all because they want to win. They want to get through to the next round of the Pro Wrestling World Cup and represent their country, Mexico.
A lot of nationalistic pride on the line here as Phoenix traverses the distance. Nicely done there. Phoenix rolls back to get momentum. Oh, gosh.
Huge boot to the side of the face.
Schoolboy roll through.
Goes to get the super kick, and Phoenix is going to do a somersault into a frog splash. He'll go for the cover. This to advance to the semi.
Oh, that was close.
Both men having the opportunity to win this matchup, but still they keep going, keep fighting.
Yeah, we saw it on the tail of the tape how evenly matched these two are, and I said at the onset it's going to come to a mistake. We know that Penta has the strike advantage, and we can see that Phoenix has the moveset advantage. It's going to come down to a mistake somewhere along the line here, guys.
The momentum has ebbed and flowed, but it truly has been a 50-50 matchup.
Say it's the moveset advantage, but Penta has that fear factor, that package pile driver, which if he hits that, it is game over for any wrestler in the world.
Oh, gosh.
For the cover here.
How on earth did Ray Phoenix kick out of that one?
You saw how limp Phoenix's hand was. It told me. I thought he was out. I thought that was 3, but no.
The explosive power of Penta there just blew me away. Talk all you like, and listen to this crowd. They appreciate it.
It certainly is.
And let's not forget, this is round 1.
Yeah, second round still to come a little later on. We are in the Coventry Sky Dome. So many great fans have packed in here for this amazing Lucha Libre spectacle. It's Phoenix. What's he doing here?
He uses his opponent as a base, and now these two.
Precarious. I want no part of this.
Big old Frankensteiner off the top. Phoenix up. Oh, hang on a second here. Oh, wow. Mexican destroyer, if you will.
Straight on the top of Penta's head. This might be it.
No. Goodness me.
There was no leg hook there, and that could have been the difference.
How close was that? That must be the closest near fall of the match, as you saw Penta's head bouncing off the canvas from that flip pile driver.
And once again, the opening match, this crowd is blown away.
Penta is reeling in the corner. Look at him. He looks like he's got nothing left.
I was just going to say, as the pace slows down, that behooves Penta. Ray Phoenix is going to need this match to be quick.
Penta off the top.
Oh.
The Mexican destroyer
Here
of his own.
we go.
Here comes the fear factor on Phoenix. Penta will go for the cover, and it is academic. Big win.
look at